Hey, this is Nate Story with Bright Agritech, and today I'm talking a little bit about Epsom salt. So whether you're an aquaponic producer or a hydroponic producer, you should be familiar with this great supplement. Epsom salt is magnesium sulfate, and it's a great way to get a little more magnesium into your system. We use it in our aquaponic systems, and we also use it in our hydroponic systems. So if you're using a lot of hydrated lime with high magnesium content, oftentimes you don't need to be using Epsom salt in your system. You're not going to see a lot of deficiency. But in a lot of systems, especially systems that consume a lot of nutrient solution, Epsom salt can be necessary to supplement magnesium. And oftentimes you'll see magnesium deficiencies starting to show up in some of these really aggressive systems. So it's something to understand and something to know about. If you have questions about whether you're seeing a magnesium deficiency or not in your plants, make sure you check out our absolutely free nutrient deficiency key for aquaponic systems. It's definitely helpful in diagnosing. Once you've diagnosed, you know you probably need to add a little Epsom salt. Epsom salt is magnesium sulfate, and it's a naturally occurring mineral that is really useful for getting lots of magnesium into your system in a hurry. So most hydroponic shops and or fertilizer suppliers will sell magnesium sulfate. But if you're like us, you don't use an awful lot of it, so it's cheaper for us to just go to the dollar store and buy a 2-pound box of Epsom salt. This costs about $1. It's really cheap, and there's no reason to pay a marked up price for it when you can get it so inexpensively. If you haven't used it before, a lot of people use it as a laxative or as basically an aid for dealing with infections, that kind of thing. But it's just basically a granular white salt. I mean, it looks like salt. Don't taste it, it's really bitter. And the nice thing about it in aquaponic systems is that your fish, it's not going to bother your fish, really. So this is really great stuff to use in your system. Now, you don't want to add too much, but certainly in the doses we're talking about, your fish are going to be very safe, very fine, and your plants are going to be really happy about all that extra magnesium. So when we need to add this stuff to our system, 4,000 gallons, we usually add a couple of dry ounces for the entire system. So for a homeowner, you can probably add around a tablespoon or even as much as 2 to 3 tablespoons to a standard IBC size system, and you'll be perfectly fine. The trick is to add the Epsom salt to the solution. You're going to actually put this in the solution itself. So if you're running a hydroponic system, you're going to dump it in your sump tank. If you're running a IBC type aquaponic system, you'll just put it right in the fish tank. So just dump it right in there. It dissolves really quickly because it's super soluble, and then you just watch your magnesium. And if you're seeing the deficiency symptoms improve, then you know you're adding enough. If you don't see improvement, then you need to be adding a little bit more. Over time, you're going to develop a little bit of a schedule for this, especially if you have a system that runs low on magnesium really often. And pretty soon you're going to have a schedule down. You add so much every single week. Your plants are going to be happy, and they're going to look really great. So if you have any questions about Epsom salt, how much you should be adding, what your magnesium levels should be, check out the Vertical Food blog. We'll go into more detail on this subject over there. As always, thanks for watching, and if you find these videos useful, please do subscribe.